This is the epicenter of audio frequency entertainment.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Can't get enough of it.
Oh, yeah. You guys are the best.
Heffron and Reep.
I love you, love you, love you.
The Heffron and Reep Show.
Everybody, thanks for listening. Welcome to your headphones, your car, your Amazon Alexa. I said that quiet in case you're listening to this out loud, and then Alexa starts talking to you. By the way, there's a thing on Alexa where you can switch it to whisper mode, and if you whisper anything to her, she will then whisper the answer back. She whispers it back, and it's creepy as fuck.
Yeah, that's a whole fetish on YouTube. ASMR, it's called.
So, welcome. This is Heffron Reep Show. Like, subscribe, leave comments.
Hit the share button.
Hit the share button. Me and John trying to create some online clout. That's the word I learned today.
Yeah.
The big John Heffron branding meeting, and clout came up a lot.
I haven't used that word in a long time. Clout. How old is your manager? It seems like an old guy word.
Yeah, there was a young whippersnapper, but it's all John Reep about online clout as a comic. Not necessarily how your show is or if people enjoy themselves. It's what is your online presence?
Yes.
Do you have one? Are you engaging in your audience? Do you know your audience?
I know our audience because I see their names right here in the comments section. That's Shane, right. Wynn, Papa, Lizzie Freak, Bob Haynes, Letha, Mike, Justin. I see them because we're live on Facebook.
You ever think about that if you were a comedian like headlining? I know the money's changed, but in the 80s, if there was less stress, if you're a comedian from the 80s, because one, you'd show up at a club, right? And the club would do all the advertising. They would do actual like a business, promoted it and stuff like that. You had no way of talking to fans or audience people, so you would show up in the city. Like, so was that less work for those guys than now? Obviously, unless right? Because
you mean when you say those guys, you mean the club or those comedians from the 80s?
Comedians, like,
oh yeah. Totally. It was all on the club. It was all on the club to do the promotion, like buying newspaper ads, radio time. And then in the 80s was the heyday of the comedy. I just talked to Rich Scheidner, who's doing a whole book on the history of comedy. And he's in the 80s. You know, he was in the 80s was his heyday. And it was easy. These guys were just gunslingers touring around the country. You know?
I got to work on my clout. If anybody has clout advice, I don't know.
Give us some clout advice. It's May 17th, Monday at 8:05 p.m. because I want them to know we're live because someone's just asking about it. Yes, we're live right now, Julie and Papa, Letha. John, so many things to talk about. Does that mean?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What did you say?
I said there's so many things to talk about today. When you said something.
I tweeted today. That's not clout enough. I tweeted once. I tweet about once every couple days. Is that not enough in people's face? I put an Instagram post up once every about 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're not doing enough on social media because I follow you as well,
and I'm not in people's algorithms.
No.
So when I post, nobody really ever sees it.
Isn't it funny what controls social media's algorithms? And the guy who invented the internet is Al Gore with no rhythm. Algorithm.
There's a thing there.
Someone go down that rabbit hole of the algorithm.
Probably the Illuminati. Here's what I tweeted today. In 1994, I rented a premium rental car so I would look cool when I valeted in front of the Hollywood Improv. Don't know if anyone noticed. Hope so.
I liked it. I saw that. I think I put a heart on it. Did not retweet it. Could have done that. Could have said something in response to that. Twitter is my least amount of people. I've got You probably have a lot more Twitter followers than I do.
I've stayed consistent, and you're going to see me start sweating during the podcast. It's because remember how it was really cold, dying in barns and in the trailer.
Yeah,
now it's just the opposite.
Oh, now you're hot.
It's 70. I actually did that. I came in from Michigan, and I knew I had a set at the Improv, and I rented something I couldn't afford, like a Mustang.
Yeah, convertible
Hertz. With the big navigation system that used to come with them.
Yep.
That you could like move it around, and it was.
Yeah, some of them had little sandbags, and you just plop it on the dashboard. I remember that.
So I got a nicer car. So when I valeted in front, if comics were smoking up front, they would be like, look at this guy.
Yeah.
This guy's got cash.
So you did that for real?
I did that for real. I was going through thinking about all the dumb things I've done. I'm like, what a waste. When you think of all the stuff that you thought was important when you were younger.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So you rented a convertible Mustang. Was it convertible?
Yeah. I was not convertible, but it was when it was during that song. She's so smooth. I wanna buzz a little.
Oh yeah, give me your heart and make it real, or else forget about that.
And I queued it up or something. It was on CD, and I like played it like kind of loud when I pulled up, but not super loud. I wanted a whole vibe.
Well, hang on, I'll show you something, John.
All right.
Speaking of cars, I did something today. I did. We have a sponsor now. I don't know if you know this.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Hendrick Honda of Hickory. If you're in the need of a new car, that's the place you want to go. Super easy, very nice, very friendly, not rushed. I didn't feel pressured whatsoever. Got myself a new car today, John. It's a Honda Passport 2021, all the bells and whistles. And I absolutely love it. Hey, that thing a Honda? You damn right it is. I got no problem with that because those dudes hooked me up. So I have no problem giving shout outs to Honda.
Hold on, let's do
Hendrick Honda of Hickory. Say that 3 times. Triple H.
Hey, John, I saw you. You come into the office today. You look like your ride over was smooth and good. Did you get a new car?
I sure did, John Heffron. It's awesome. It's got the satellite radio, the backup camera, the navigation, heated seats. They actually have cooling seats as well. And it is amazing. It's jet black. The wheels are black. It's blacked out. It's awesome. Can't wait to show you pictures of it.
Well, I'm sure when you bought it, there was a lot of hassle and a lot of muckety muck.
No, gee whiz, John. I don't know where you've shopped in the past, but it obviously wasn't Hendrick Honda of Hickory because they were awesome. Okay.
Boy, that's where I would go. So if I was in the Hickory area, I would go to Hendrick's Honda Hickory.
That's exactly right. Ask for Rick.
and then we do a thing, and then we see the arms flapping.
Yeah. Now they hooked me up, dude. So a long time ago, they were asking if I wanted to do a situation where they basically give me the car and then I talk about them on social media. So that's what's happened. I didn't pay anything for it. It's $0.
So you got clout. I don't have
clout's what got me the vehicle, dude.
Got you the vehicle. I got no clout. So
when he says clout, he actually means your social media numbers.
Just your presence. Like how many? What's I have no. I can't get free. Like on the way home, I'm gonna go into the gas station. I'm gonna say, hey, there's a. Can I have a candy bar? I'm gonna plug your gas station on my podcast, and they're gonna go. The candy bar it's $1.50. They're not gonna give it to me for free. Yeah. You got a free car. I want John Reep clout.
Well, I have ideas, but this isn't the only hat that I have, John. I have other hats. Check this is. You're really gonna like this hat. Can't wait to show it off.
Wait, what?
Do you see that?
Yes, it's a Heffron Reep hat. Looks like Is that a patch?
Dude, it's not just a Heffron Reep hat. It's also for when I'm done with shows and I'm taking pictures with people. Tag me in this photo at John Reep. Okay. Now they're not all going to be straight. That's one. And then we've got, because I'm from North Carolina, I like to represent. Boom. North Carolina state flag. Look, 4th of July, that'll be here pretty soon. Got my American hat. Okay. Also, don't forget Country-ish. Go to countryish.com. All right. How many hats have we got so far? So far, that's
I'm at least
hats.
on 7. Yeah.
This is my favorite one.
Okay.
There you go. Let me get this one straight.
Share. You have a share hat. That's so much better than your share one. That's cute. Watch this. Look at this. I got some dumb Hurley one. I can't eat. Look at
that one's not coming off.
I'm stuck. I'm stuck wearing this. So if I'm in a place where they're like, you can't wear Hurley, I can't. Where you're like, what? You don't like share? And you slap that on.
Yeah.
I like the color of that.
There it is. Boom. Share hat. Don't forget to hit the share button. That's what Facebook should do. They need to put her face next to that button. That'd be hilarious. But they don't have a sense of humor like us. Yeah. Rick Sanford III. The hat's a real rip-off. It's a reap-off. Yes. Hey, well, I saw another great comment up there. I just missed it. But anyway, this company is called Pull Patch. You can look them up, John. You need to get a Pull Patch hat. And you can just
about 700 ideas.
They've already got a bunch of patches that you could get that are kind of funny. That ones that they already created.
And then they'll do
did you see the sticker I got right here?
The COVID?
Yeah, I got my last shot today, so I'm fully vaccinated. And this is a patch that you can get as well. That if you wanted to buy a COVID, like I got vaccinated.
I thought, but nobody got this idea. I had an idea to make, because you see people without their mask on and you think, well, I hope they got vaccinated. But I wanted to make I wasn't going to really do this, but I wanted to make white T-shirts that said, relax, I did it. But nobody got that. Just plain white.
Oh, that's great.
Frankie says, relax, I did it. And then if I don't have a mask on, and you're my age, you would go, that guy's vaccinated because you know what I did.
Right. And it's funny. It gets a laugh.
But nobody got it.
It's retro. Well, who were you hanging out with? I would have got it.
Maybe younger people would be.
Younger people won't. Younger people will not get that.
Because it was, if you don't know if you're younger, there were shirts that says, Frankie said, relax, don't do it.
Yes.
And relax, it was just a plain white shirt, and that's all.
Or you could do one of a Nike symbol that says, just did it.
Dude,
but I like your
with the shot.
The Nike symbol comes up into a needle.
With the needle, with a syringe. And it just says, just did it. And then the number 19.
I like it.
Let me speak random. I thought on the way here. Random thoughts before we jump into the show. We're already 14 minutes. We haven't even started the show. I heard the song "The Cars" random. Who wants to drive you home tonight? Yeah. I know we can't play music because we get in trouble from everybody ever.
Yeah.
You want me to write that song for you? Because it's been on. It's on a lot of my playlists for some reason, so I hear it anytime I ask Alexa to play 80s. I always go play 80s. That song is usually the second song.
Right.
If you go through the lyrics, and I'm not going to look it up on my computer because I don't want to get distracted. There's a company for almost everything that guy says during that song. The whole song now, when he's like, who's gonna drive you home tonight?
Yep.
My first thought is I'm gonna get an Uber. Like that's what the girl's gonna say. So the song now is it doesn't work in 2000.
Yeah.
That song happened now because if they're like, who's gonna pick you up when you fall? There's an app or a company that is going to that could do all of it. Services everything he's asking them. But the whole time he's like, who's going to drive you home? It's an easy question. I'm just going to take an Uber. Song's over. Over in 4 seconds.
It also implies that women can't drive themselves. I mean, who's going to drive you home? Well, I have a license. I'm over 16 years old. I could do this.
Yeah, we're allowed to drive and vote. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, he's like, who's gonna pick you up when you life alert? I have a life alert. I'm gonna hit life alert. Somebody's coming to get me. Who's gonna wake you up when you? I have a
alarm clock. Yeah.
I have a watch. I'm gonna set a reminder. I'm gonna nothing. You're giving me nothing.
Yeah.
You have nothing to offer me.
What? Yeah. What does he have to offer?
Nothing. So when you hear the song again, I've just wrecked it because you're just like, dude, just leave. You look dumb.
And he actually does look dumb. I mean, he looked pretty dumb back then. I mean, skinny, weird looking dude. I love that song though. It's really kind of sweet, and it's kind of like sad in a weird way. But I like the song.
Yeah, it's so also
are we doing something together pretty soon?
Oh yeah. We have a dates. Hold on, let me do this. I have a question though. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Subject change.
Let me ask you this though. What's the worst smell you think that you've smelled in the last month? Smell.
The worst that I've smelled? My BO?
No, just smell.
The worst thing that I've smelled?
Yeah. No, it's a broad question.
I want to try and answer it. I mean, it's not pleasant to talk about, but it would be a number 2.
Okay. So today I did something dumb, and I would rather walk into the bathroom and smell after somebody did something. So I have a huge rodent problem. You'll see when you come to the house for our shows we're doing in Ann Arbor, June 11th and 12th at the Ann Arbor Comedy Showcase. Call today for tickets. I don't even know if they're there. So I'm just trying to figure a way to get rid of chipmunks. Okay. Yeah. Just chipmunks are dicks.
Okay.
Anyway, so I read that you're supposed to get mothballs. And mothballs get rid of, they don't come around. So they came in a box. It said old school or original mothballs, now in bags, so you don't have to touch them. So there's 2 bags of mothballs. Went in my garage and threw both of them into corners. One bag didn't bust. I didn't even realize the bag did that thing. The other one did. It's maybe the mothballs are maybe the grossest smell and the strongest smell that I've ever smelled in my life.
What do they smell like?
What?
What do they smell like? I don't think I've ever smelled. I can't remember what it would smell like.
Okay, first I guess it depends on your age, but you're going to think of old people's houses.
Yes. Yeah, I know that odor. Like grandma's closet.
But mothball, it's so bad.
Musty.
I can't even go in my garage. It is so unbelievably horrible. So I'm deciding if I want to. Somebody, Lisa says it's going to smell for 6 months. I went in there and took out one bag already. But it's going to smell for 6 months. I don't know. I'm going to save them for you so you can smell the mothballs because I'm going to war with them, and I have groundhogs and moles. Yeah. So I bought dynamite. They have these dynamite things. They're sticks. You light them, and there's gas in them. And you throw them in the hole. Then you have to throw a rock above the hole.
But we're not talking about inside of your house anymore, are we?
We're outside. Now I'm moving the perimeter. Yeah. I'm moving.
In my brain, you're blowing up your house, dude.
Yeah. So if you get to the house, Shane, Flint saying mothballs bring on confusing memories. Yeah, it reminds me again of you go to a cabin or something. It's a horrible smell. I don't know how. It's so gross, dude.
Yeah.
It's so gross. I can't even go in my garage, and my garage is 200 years old. There was zero smell before today in that garage being that old. There was
if you tried to describe it, can you compare it to anything else? Does it smell like ammonia? Does it smell?
If anybody can help me describe, I don't know how to describe it.
I've always heard that the worst smell, one that you will never forget, is a rotting dead body.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know, but
okay.
Yeah, I would imagine, but this was surprisingly bad. I didn't know what I was doing when I threw them in the garage, or I would have never.
When you threw them in the garage, is it somewhere where you can go pick them up and take them back out? I mean,
no, I threw them because my garage is scary and I have boxes, so I kind of tossed them where
so you can't
that chipmunks and the animals are getting in.
And it's going to be hard for you to go get them out now, isn't it?
It's going to be scary, and it's going to be hard to get them. Most hospitals like old people where we put them out for snakes every year. Well, for water,
like old people. I mean, why do old people turn into mothballs? Why does that happen? Is it because they're kind of quietly, slowly rotting?
What the old people smell?
Yeah. Why is that? Like, because we all associate mothballs with grandma's closet or something.
Well, yeah, but they're in there legit because I think grandparents or would be you stop buying clothes. So great, like grandparents aren't getting fresh new sweaters every year.
So it's the clothes.
It's the clothes in their closets. Yeah, mine smell musty at my house, and I don't know how to get rid. So you go cedar, or you actually have moths that eat your sweaters.
Yeah. So that's why they have mothballs.
I couldn't imagine the mothballs in a closet, though. There's no way you could physically, humanly, at least the ones I bought. If I was to put them in a closet and then have you walk in and close the closet door, I don't know how long you can handle it in there. It's right. So corrosive. It's like well, if you want to get rid of that smell, burn the house down. I mean, that sort of defeats the purpose, right? If moths and muskrats and chipmunks are in there doing things, and then you put a mothball in there, which prevents you from even going in there. What's the purpose? I mean, that's kind of like cutting off your nose to spite your face. But anywho, sorry, I took us off on a weird.
I never had a problem with moths. You ever had a moth problem?
I've never.
That's not something you hear about a whole lot. You know, I hear about
I can't even say it, moth. Yeah, it seems like a thing that doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, I have chipmunks and stuff in the garage. I get close to the house and I don't want them in the house. So I thought this would be just like I have a house alarm sign for people, but they would smell this. I don't know how.
Oh, yeah. I got to read this comment. Someone said, Colin Zwiebel said, how are only 5 people watching? But that's from YouTube. I think most people will watch this on Facebook. I am hoping that there are more than 5 people watching us on Facebook. I'm not sure. It's Colin, but I can tell you it's probably because no one
I don't have clout.
Hit the share button.
Yeah. And we discussed this earlier. I don't have clout.
Yeah, so. John Heffron has no clout. And our fans don't hit the share button. So Colin, hit the share button, buddy. Help us out. Yeah. So, wait. Letha says, alternative to mothballs, eucalyptus, peppermint, also cedar. Oh, you said cedar. Yeah. Eucalyptus. Okay. Peppermint I could do.
Yeah. Peppermint or hulls but I Googled it, how to get rid of chipmunks. And then the next thing I Googled was how do you get rid of mothball smells? So so then
what is that? So it's a never-ending cycle. I think the chipmunk company is in cahoots with the mothball company. You know what I mean?
Misinformation, like the mothball people are like, we're moving nothing. Mm-hmm. Nobody since 1960 has bought a box of mothballs. We got to create. No, what needs to happen is they need to do the thing with like gasoline and guns and stuff where they're going to stop making mothballs. The government doesn't want you to have them.
Oh, right.
Then there would be a huge run on the mothballs.
Yeah, somebody do a deep fake internet fake of Joe Biden saying no more mothballs, like he's recalling all mothballs, and then watch him go up. It's like Bitcoin or Dogecoin.
Yeah. So I'm getting ready for your arrival in the house. You can't see. Those are all bites from various bugs as I'm trying to hedge and trying to do stuff to make the yard look good, cleaning it up. My neighbor farmers came over and said, you've been cutting down trees. We're impressed. And then I said, well, I got this patch over here. How do I do to do this, and that? And then the guy's like, well, you got to get this. kind of soil because that's going to fertilize the thing. But then if you get chickens, the chickens poop in the thing, and then that makes the ground healthier. And then if you start growing this, and then if you have snakes, if you put a bat trap here, the guy was explaining this. Oh, he literally gave me a half-hour speech on how to make my 1 acre, like how to do things, how to get rid of certain animals and bring in other animals. So he basically, what I'm doing before you're getting here is creating earth. I'm creating an entire ecosystem.
Yeah.
Earth and just my property. So everything is, taken care of.
Did you say you got bit by something?
There's a lot of,
You said bites.
Oh, no, not bats, but I was told I have to get bats because they're going to eat the mosquitoes.
No, you held up your arm and you said,
those are all random, spider.
Oh man, that's a spider bite, dude. That's huge.
I was I was cutting down trees. I got a chainsaw that's on a stick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've seen those. And
I did the very first branch. I was like a tree hugger, where I'm like, I don't really want to cut down this branch. It's an old, and I went through that first one, and then it just became, I couldn't stop. I love
that's a weird looking thing, right? It looks like some redneck just put a chainsaw on the end of a stick.
I did it today.
It seems like there'd be a better tool made for this, but it literally looks like some dude's like, I can't reach that. Give me that broom handle.
I had a moment where the thing was straight up. I was on my tippy toes, going straight up with no hat or glasses, looking at it to see if I was close to the tree. And as I'm cutting it, then it breaks, and it's all this stuff just starts coming right at my face. I'm like, oh, what a dumbass. I literally thought this is where I lose an eye because the branches are coming right at my face, and how I'm cutting. I'm doing it so it falls towards me. I'm sure there's a way.
That's not how you want to go out, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We have tour dates that Alan Jackson put them up there. John Heffron is coming to Hickory, and we're doing a show at the Main Cellar City Club, June the 7th. You can get tickets at johnreep.com. Also, I'm going to Ann Arbor, Michigan, and I'm doing a show in his town, Ann Arbor, pretty much, at the Ann Arbor Comedy Showcase. Tickets are available at aacomedy.com. I wonder, AA Comedy, yeah, I guess they had to. When I see AA, I think of Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah, no, it's A squared, Ann Arbor Comedy. And it's weird. I would get tickets now. When we first started to do the show, it was with all the Corona numbers, and they only were allowed X amount of seats. So they kind of have the room still sat like that. So every week it kind of changes. Mm-hmm. So just grab your tickets. There's only 3 shows. There's still a curfew in Michigan. That's what's weird. Like everything else is open. Michigan still is. So it's kind of, so grab the tickets now so we can start adjusting the room. If you could help us out, I'd appreciate it.
No curfew in North Carolina.
Dates. I don't know if you know, John Reep, this fall we have a bunch of dates I want to go over with you. Chicago.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of people like, why don't you come to our cities? And we're trying to do that. Just the world's opening up slow.
Yeah.
And there's kind of stuff.
We're still working out the details, but do know that there's a Chicago run coming. I don't mean like a run. I mean a run of dates in a row with me and John Heffron all over Chicago.
There's some Ohio stuff. There's a Colorado. There's some stuff.
Yeah.
Fall. I don't even ask when. Don't ask when, because we don't know. They're trying to put it together.
Yeah, we're working.
John Reep's green room things he wants.
Oh,
it's an extensive list. So we're trying to get to that. And then once we find some of the weirder items like dinosaur eggs and stuff like that, then we can sign off on the actual.
Hey, I do have a legit question about, okay, we've all heard the crazy writer stories, right? There's some comedians who need a new pair of shoes.
Yeah. We know comics that do that, get new there's comics. Every time they do a show, there's Air Force Ones in the green room.
Do you have anything? Do you have anything? What do you like? If you could request something without sounding or being douchey, what do you like in your green room, John?
So I used to have on my rider, the most I ever had was some power bars, and I have water on there, bottled water, because believe it or not, when you do some shows, they go, we don't have anything for you to drink at all. Mm-hmm. So that's on there just so I have one bottle on stage. Then I had like a 5-hour energy or whatever. And then my manager, Peter, goes, you know who's paying the ass is anybody who has any type of rider, which I would kind of disagree. But he goes, be the guy who doesn't have anything on your rider. Yeah. If you want a 5-hour energy or a power bar, get it before you
bring
show
it.
up.
Yeah. That's what I do.
You show up at the corporate event.
Yeah.
Because you get paid well at corporate events. Just don't ask for cheese trays that you don't use. Dude, I did a show with somebody who I won't say. They wanted a brand new diffuser. So his green room had a diffuser, like a essential oil. They had 3 different bottles of essential oil, Nicorette, a box of Nicorette gum, the non-smoking gum, and like crazy, like shopping stuff.
That's stupid.
Like white socks, like just stuff you would just be on the road and you don't feel like buying. And then they do that. So every city they go to, they always have their gum, they always have fresh socks, and they're always having the company buy it for them.
Doesn't that come out
of
away
with it? Nobody cares, by the way. Like I've been to comedy clubs where I've said, hey, can I get some chicken tenders? And they're like, well, the kitchen's backed up. We'll have to get after the show. You're like, I kind of wanted just one before I went on stage. Well, and then next week, you're like, so-and-so was here. And man, we had to get them bottles of Cristal, and they had Louis. And you're like, I asked for a chicken tender. They're like,
yeah. I know. I've been in both of those situations. I know exactly what you're talking about. God, that kills me. Because I pride myself in being low maintenance. I want that club owner, whoever it is, to know that if you book me, you're not going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting. Right. But that being said, if I ask for chicken tenders, I want the chicken tenders. You know, I don't want you to give me excuses. Yeah. So I know what you're saying. So sometimes that makes you think, well, maybe I should have a rider. Maybe I should be taking advantage of that. But I really, all I need, if someone asks me, like, what do you want? Like, if they ask me more than once, I go like, just give me sugar-free Red Bull, you know, like maybe a deli tray, you know. I mean, I'm not picky about that. I'll bring if you got vodka, that'd be nice. Do you like candy or sweets in your green room?
I will eat if they put anything back there. I don't touch like lunch meats or cheese or anything.
Yeah.
If there is something like that, I'll grab it and throw it in my computer bag. I remember I did one where I'm like, I don't have a rider. I don't have anything I want. I'll get it myself. And they were so insistent. They're like, someone told us here. And I go, a gallon of water. Just not a bottle. I want a gallon because I don't want to carry. And I showed up in my green room. There's just a gallon of water. And I took it back to my hotel. And that's what I drank out of. I'm like, this is kind of genius. I get the Nicorette. I get all that.
What candy would you prefer if you had to choose a candy back there?
Let's see. I would go. I'm kind of picky. I stay for like baked Lay's chips before a show. Depending on if I go chocolate, I don't want heartburn or toothache when I'm on stage. So I'm kind of really, I keep my pre-show stuff.
So no candy. Salty
right now.
Stuff.
If I would go, I'm going through a whatchamacallit phase. Remember that from the 80s?
Yeah.
What are you eating? Whatchamacallit?
I used to love those. Yeah.
You forgot the name. I'm going through that. And then Reese's has Reese's peanut butter cups that have Reese's Pieces in
peanut
in there. It's thick. It's like a double Oreo.
Right.
It's pretty good. So I'm going through one of those phases.
Nice. Yeah. Well, at our show in Hickory, that's why I'm kind of asking. Like,
I wasn't even thinking about that. That you were.
Because you're coming to my town, so I want to make sure that you have what you want. In the green room. Okay. Yeah. So when I come to Ann Arbor, you can help figure out what I want in the green room. But I was informed by my intern Elliot that there was going to be a guy there who will be drawing us while we're performing. And at the end of the show, he's going to give us both a sketch of us on stage. Isn't that kind of cool?
In Hickory?
Yeah, June the 7th at the Main Cellar. There's a guy that's going to draw us.
That's going to be weird because ever just be on stage and they go, hey, we're going to take pictures in the back and they're going to use them. on their Instagram.
Oh, of course.
Anytime they're doing that, if I'm holding the mic and I see the guy, I'll extend my chin and I start talking higher, because it seems like every picture they get is when my chin is touching my chest.
Yeah.
And I have like 4 chins.
Right.
So I purposely I do bigger poses.
Yeah.
I do bigger moves when I know that they're taking pictures. So if this guy is sketching, I wonder if I have to do my whole show with my chin out the whole show.
Well, we could possibly make requests. Like, I'm the same way. Like, if I know someone's going to take pictures for the club, like, hey, I'm the social media person, we're going to take some pictures. I'll go like, take them in the first 5 minutes of the show before I get real hot and sweaty. Don't wait to the end of the show when my hair is all over the place and I'm sweating up a storm. Don't wait till then. And please try to go straight on. Don't get my profile. I don't like my gut sticking out too much in these pictures. So I make them kind of stand in the middle of the show.
I see pictures of you at the gym all the time. I weighed myself for the first time since COVID.
Uh-huh.
Right. So I haven't been on a scale in a year and a half. What's the most weight you've lost? I weighed myself, dude. I'm 30 pounds heavier than the last time I weighed myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
From what?
From Gouda cheese. I had Gouda cheese for the first time. I've been eating a wheel of Gouda cheese a night. I've been just not. I went to the gym to actually work out for the first time, and it's horrible. I'm like the old guy. Like, you get on that you're pushing, that machine where you're pushing the plates, and I used to be able to put like 3 or 4 on each side. I had like one. I was that old guy with like white Converse, New Balance with Velcro pushing, and then went over and.
I haven't. No, I have weighed myself because I've been going to the doctor. They weigh me there, and then sometimes I don't even ask. Like, I'll get on the scale.
What's the most amount of weight you've ever had to lose or lost? Like, you're like, okay.
The best diet that I did that I could work with that worked for me, and I lost a lot of weight, was when the first time I attempted the Atkins diet, the low carb, no pasta, no sugar, no wheat, like just all meat and veggies. The first time I attempted that, I was strict about it, and I went into ketosis or whatever. And I know I lost a lot of weight, and then
just meat and veggies. So you got rid of carbs. I actually watched a video last night on YouTube. I think it was one of the last ones before I fell asleep. Now that I remember this, how to get rid of man boobs. The guy explained. He's like,
push-ups.
Can you? No. He said that's a thing. I watched the whole video. He went through, but he kept doing that thing where he never give you the answer. You're just watching and watching. He's like, you would not believe the 4 things I'm going to tell you how to get rid of man boobs. And number 3, nobody's doing this. Now, when I reveal this info, it's going to change your because there's 3 steps. And don't forget to hit the like below and the link below. But I have these steps are going to be on. And you're not like, and I was like, oh my God, dude. And he went through and he said it. And right now, and I'm not telling you, everybody listening has an open loop going, why? Here's what he says.
What is it? Well, you don't have man boobs. You're not doing this for you. You don't have man boobs.
I have man boobs.
No, you don't.
I mean,
take the shirt off.
I'm not. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
okay. Well, I've not noticed man boobs on you ever. You're not a fat guy, John. But do you feel like you're fat right now?
Yeah, I do. I have skinny legs, big gut. So the guy went. He said that it's not a testosterone.
No, Ray. He didn't say we have it. He was talking about how I know I don't have man boobs.
Yeah. He said it's not testosterone estrogen switcheroo that everyone always says. It's the number one thing is carbs.
Oh.
I don't know if this guy is just bro science. So he goes, it's carbs. If you eat a lot of carbs, bam, that's where the fat is. Alcohol, a lot of boozes. Kind of messes with your eyes.
It does. It feminizes you.
And then I forgot the other there were 2 other weird ones that you wouldn't kind of think.
Probably like just a lot of sugar.
Cortisol, yeah. But his whole big I don't know if he sold the program, but so that's what I looked up. I don't know. Well,
it's there are people out there with the man boobs. That's the thing. There was I forgot what pill it was. If you watch
that's what we said, medication. Medication is like number 3, that there's a lot of medication that you take that you don't for a heartburn or something here's how we described it. When you start to develop fat, if your estrogen levels start to go down, you're going to get estrogen, or you're going to get fat deposits where like women would. So it's going to come in either the hips or the butt or the boobs, where you're going to start to get it as a guy. So you're taking your heartburn medicine, it's messing with and then that's how you get.
Wow.
No, this is pretty solid.
Well, you don't look fat, but all I can see is from, your man boobs up.
You look good. My yard's gonna look good. I'm gonna look good when I do the show in Hickory. The guy's drawing us. I didn't know that. That's gonna be my goal now. Some sketch art, because they always emphasize the thing on you that looks silly. That's their move. Like at least if you go to Carnival and they do that speed.
Oh, right.
They always make, like, if you have a big nose, they do a big nose, or big ears, they do a thing. So now I'm gonna try to get a lean face for when this guy's sketching. Yeah,
maybe he'll draw you like where you're doing where you're up like that.
I'm gonna do that. Very stoic.
I went to. Did you have a good weekend? What did you do this weekend? Did you go anywhere?
I'm ready for you.
I mean, did you? Okay, so when is your next gig? Do you have a gig coming up?
I am this weekend. Oh, I gotta get it.
Do you have something coming up before our date in Hickory?
Yeah, I'm in Boston at Laughs Boston this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Friday, Saturday, flying to Boston, and then come back, and then our weekend. Then I'm in like Greensville, South Carolina. Then I'm up to Charlotte, and then I see you on Monday, and then we hang out on Tuesday in Hickory. And then
I mean, I'm sure you don't care about this, but do you know who's opening for you in Greenville? Have you done anything about that?
I don't know if you know what, they said his name, because whoever it is
Tommy Donovan,
Charlotte. I don't know.
Oh, Heff got you right.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm in Greenville. How do I get up to Charlotte to get up to Reep?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna have to feature drive you. So I'm gonna.
So you're good. All right.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Because I was thinking, because I don't have a gig until the Hickory show, which means I'm going to be rusty in my own hometown, which is not cool. Right. So what if I drove to Greenville and did some sets before the Hickory show?
Is that easy to get to?
I forgot how far it is, but
I was in the car. You got it at the Honda Hickory.
Hendricks
Triple H.
Yeah, Hendrick Honda of Hickory.
Yeah, your ride.
Yeah,
from Hickory all the way down to the Comedy Zone in, where is it? Greenville.
Greenville.
Why don't you come down?
I might come at least for one show, maybe a Saturday.
You come Saturday, then you're gonna leave after the show. We should probably do this during the text, but yeah, come down.
Yeah,
it'll be fun. I'm doing nothing.
It's an hour and a half, so maybe I'll drive to Greenville Saturday, do the 2 shows.
Do 2 shows.
Get my reps in. Get my Reep reps.
Yep.
Be ready for the show in Hickory. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, this weekend I went to for the first time ever, and I can't believe it's taken me 49 years to set foot inside of this place. But in Hickory, we have a speedway, and NASCAR runs races there. And it's the first time I've ever been to the Hickory Motor Speedway to watch the Tour of Destruction. We're talking monster trucks.
Trucks. Destruction.
Yes, it was monster trucks. It was the demolition derby at the end. They had fireworks. They had motorcycle dudes doing stunts. They had the one car would pull another car was the thing. And then the best part really, and bus races. I'm talking gigantic buses racing against each other, which is hilarious. And then they had a boat race. And what they did was all these people they buy these junk cars just to smash up for this event. And it's hilarious. Right. And one of the race with the most destruction is called the boat race. And what they do is each car has a boat that it's pulling behind it. Okay. It can be on a trailer. You could just be dragging the damn thing. It don't matter. But whoever wins is the person who keeps their boat attached to their vehicle. So the idea is to take out other people's boats. You know what I mean? But keep your boat as you race around the track. And it's hilarious. It's one of the best things one of the most fun things I've ever been to.
So would there be a police officer pit maneuver where you get neck and it's how fun?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of that.
Boats. I'm thinking in this trailer, somebody pulling a camper.
Yep. There was a camper that got demolished. And I'm watching this going like, I need that.
Right.
We need a camper.
How many people were in the crowd?
It was over 4,000 people. And I did stuff on the mic. They let me count down like 10, 9, 8 for one of the races. Me and the Country-ish boys, we got out there and we got into the back seat of one of the monster trucks, and they took us around the track. We got inside of a bus and went around the track. I got up on the flagpole and did a bunch of stuff, you know. It was great. Was it scary? I was genuinely scared in the back of this monster truck. Yeah. Because we're in the back of a truck. The monster truck set up real high. Yeah. And the guy who was driving us, he's trying to scare us. And at one point, it's like we're on ice. It was sliding around like this. And it felt like we were going to tip over. And there's video of it. And we're all freaked out. I was begging him to stop. Right. Like, go back. I'm done.
Dude, you know how we can replicate that for you? Is so in my front yard where my mailbox is, I have a little bit of a hill that's grass. So my new riding lawnmower that I got, I'm riding it pretty sideways, and I keep thinking I'm going to dump it. And which way do I jump? Because will it turn off quick enough when I get thrown out of the thing? You can do that if you want the thrill of being on the monster truck. I'll let you do that one strip in front of my house.
How fast do you think your lawnmower will get?
They here in South Island where I'm taking you, they have lawnmower races.
Nice.
I bet you this thing gets, I won't even know, 10, 15? No, that's probably pretty high. It's pretty fast.
There's a guy I know called Ginger Billy who builds weird lawnmowers that go real fast. Like he made one out of a motorcycle. He made one like a car to a lawnmower.
I think a monster
that would be kind of fun.
Lawnmower would be cool because suspension is the key. Like when you ride mine, you're doing a lot of this. But if you could have one that you're not feeling anything,
yeah.
Dude,
I gotta tell you, the people watching at the Demolition Derby thing was as good as the event itself.
4,000 people. That's 4,000 people that have been inside for a full year, if not more.
Not here.
Now get to go out and be in a huge arena watching boats get smashed. That's an awesome release. I want to see that.
You would have loved it. I want to show you one picture. I sent a picture to the Alan Jackson to show you. This is what set I was sitting behind at the Hickory Motor Speedway, and I just love it. I think it sums up everything. The Alan Jackson, can you show? There it is. Here we go. So we're looking at the plumber's crack. We're looking at the mullet, camouflage hat, and the shirt says, "If it's got tits or tires, it's going to give you trouble."
Right?
And he's not wrong. Man boobs included.
I wonder if that guy
it's great.
Think he's wearing a thong? Like, do you think
he might be going? He might have a thong on.
Do you wear jeans without underwear?
Not in a long time.
Right, because unless you're swimming,
the denim doesn't feel good on your junk.
Nothing. So he has to have underwear on.
Yeah.
So my guess, right? If you see that, he has the crappy Hanes one where the waistband it just doesn't fit anymore because you've washed him so many times. We're looking and talking about this guy's ass way more than who he actually looked at that shirt.
Yeah. This was not the most bizarre thing. This is what just happened to be in front of me. And I don't want to spoil it because the Alan Jackson was there and we recorded over. I mean, we played almost 3 hours of footage.
I wish you should show me. I know you're going to play it on the.
Hey, the Alan Jackson. Would you like to
give a preview? Is there anything you could show me? By the way, side note: when I'm in Hickory and we're doing our show, at the the cellar on that. We're doing it Monday, June 8th. I know we're plugging
June 7th. Yeah,
June 7th. Are we doing a Heffron Reep podcast that day, or are we just doing what time is the comedy show?
That's a good question. We have to figure that out. I think that we could come to the studio and record one here that day before the event that night. The Alan Jackson, if you don't mind, can you pop in here and let's discuss this for 2 seconds?
Yeah. Hey.
So what do you think? We're going to have to record a Heffron and Reep that Monday. Should we do it here at the studio or?
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be great. We could do it here.
Just do it earlier. We just go earlier. And
that's true. We'd have to do it earlier, just because you guys are,
on stage
performing that night. So.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on the Hickory Motor Speedway?
I'm trying to look and see if there's something I can pull up quickly to show something.
Okay.
We're going to have the full clips on Country-ish next week, but let me see if I've got something I can share.
Or at least another picture.
All right, I'm looking. Give me a minute. I'll find something here.
All right.
I bet you that place had, did you have a hot dog or hot pretzel?
They had pizza. They had fried donut holes.
Yes.
They had beer. They had nachos.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing crazy. I mean, nothing like, I didn't see fried That's not, I didn't see that. No, but they had, I saw a lot of pizza, nachos, beer, snow cones, donut holes. The guy, by the way, doing the emceeing
for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say he's got to make this thing entertaining. This goes from 7 to 11 and there's all these, in between the events, you got to talk and do raffle tickets and, talk to people. And the guy, his name was Jason, and he did a great job. In fact, I went over and complimented him, and I told him, I was like, I know how hard this is, and you're making it really good, because he made the dumbest stuff seem exciting. Like, let's just say that you were about to eat a hot dog, right?
Okay.
He'd do it like this. John Heffron from the great state of Michigan going to eat a hot dog. And his first bite, he's got the first bite down. It's in the bicuspids. Oh, it's a lot of mustard on that hot dog. He's been in this situation before, folks. Like, he raises his volume and he brings it back down. And he says stuff like, good night in the morning.
Oh, right. It just sounds good, but when you make sense.
Because there's kids there, so he can't use curse words. He can't say good God Almighty. He can say good night in the morning, or whatever.
Good night in the morning.
He just did such a good job at it, And I can't wait to. I talked to him. I said, I want to have you on the podcast, like describing something,
Yeah.
And he said he'd do it. But yeah, good guy. And it was a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. I wish I'm mad at myself for not going to the Hickory Motor Speedway before this. We're going to start going pretty regularly. That not for the demolition stuff, but they got regular races too. So it's going to be interesting. Because if that guy's there, it'll be good. Good times. Lots of comments coming in, John.
I'd rather see the boats getting smashed, to be honest, than a real race. Now that I know that that's an option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah.
So now just to see a regular car or a race car going around trying to be faster. Yeah.
By the way,
I would like to see maybe a race, right? So they're going around in their cars and you have somebody who's never driven with a boat before on the back of their truck have to merge. Like there's a merge lane.
Oh yeah.
Where just like every couple minutes a new vehicle merges into the race.
Oh,
like
yes.
You're getting onto it's the merge. So you don't know what vehicle is having to merge. So it's like, and the number 2 car is going around the track and everything. And look at the merge. It's a moped. Oh, good God, a morning. It's a moped. And then you see the guy coming up and it's got to merge. Dude, we just invented the merge.
The merge.
That's ours. We'll go to speedways around the country having races. But our thing is we have random stuff merge.
It's kind of like
truck, Amazon Prime truck.
Yeah.
Just little cars, big cars, just all having to get in the flow of traffic. Or you do a roundabout to make it even more confusing. So
the merge derby.
The merge derby.
The mergey. The merge bee. Yeah. Yeah. I like that because well, not all the time, but that kind of happened randomly here and there in different races where someone would have to, their car would get demolished. And then, this big forklift thing would have to come out and then pick it up and then take it back in the middle of the infield, which was kind of cool too. Like even watching those guys try and time it and get out there. And then watching guys that would join the race. That would happen randomly. But no, I like what you're saying, like a merge.
Yeah.
Just for merging. So you have to merge.
The merge lane would be like blue with a bunch of lights, and it would say the merge lane, so people in the top stands could see it, and then you'd see, just like WWE, you see the person coming down the ramp, and everybody goes crazy. So you get
do you get points or for merging successfully, or do you get points for knocking someone out, like not letting them merge?
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
Yeah,
but wouldn't it be just great if you're just like merge, 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 and the whole crowd yells, and as they're spinning, and then you see some I don't even know, some Prius with a student driver sign on the top.
Oh yeah,
and people are like, yeah, it's just like a 15-year-old kid trying to get his permit, and everyone just merge, 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 merge.
Yes,
and you just go, and that person just gets rear-ended and crushed out.
It's fantastic. By the way, the monster truck that we got in, the guy who was driving it, he said on the side of this monster truck, it said, it said something about the boy your mama warned you about or something like that. And I said, oh, that's pretty cool. How'd you come up with that idea? He's like, that's what people said when I was a kid. I'm like, great story, dude. And then so like later on, that guy got into another monster truck and he flipped his. The only guy to flip a monster truck is the guy that we got into the back of his truck previously before the race. And he rode us around. So yeah, merge Bish, get out of the way. Justin, merge Bish, get out the way.
Dude, the merge.
I like it.
That would be a good.
We love you too, Frank.
That would be a good? Well, maybe the next part. That would be a good movie. Is the merge?
There's the Purge,
like Fast and Furious, but it's just different people merge.
Yeah,
and we and then they got to solve a crime.
How do you merge? By the way, are you a good merger? Like when you do it, what's your technique?
I go as I'm merging. I'll look over to my left. And I want to make eye contact with the person to see that you're there. And then that person has a decision to either speed up or slow down.
Yeah.
They don't pace me. If we keep keeping eyes, by the time I get there and I got to hit those rundles or I got to hit the brake and get behind you, then I'm pissed. You look over, you kind of go, and I give it to them. They're either going to either speed up or go, but if they're not paying attention, then I get mad.
So if they're not paying attention, what do you do?
If they're not paying, then if I got to pace them, I'll kind of, because I'm not aggressive, I will let them get by me. So I'll slow down, get behind them, but then I'll get in front of them and they'll be behind me for the rest of my trip. Then I had then I'm pissed at them and I'll get a lead on them and go. But
I kind of feel like, and I think this is, the law or the rules or how the etiquette. If someone's merged, if I'm already on the interstate or whatever, and I see someone coming in, I do my best to get out of their way, give them space, right?
Yeah.
But if they're coming in, they gotta be wary of me. So they gotta slow down, I feel like. But as I'm coming in, if I'm merging, I feel like, well, they see me coming. Right. So it's up to them. So whatever position I'm in, I feel like it's the other person's fault to know that I'm there, to be aware of my presence. I'm a pretty dangerous driver. Like when I merge, I don't put the signal on. That's dumb to merge. We obviously know that's what's happening. I'm trying to get into the road. But I do a look and I gauge, is this person going fast or are they going slow?
Yeah.
If they're going slow, I floor it. I feel like they're going fast, I'll back it off. But I don't do a lot of.
I always see that there's going to be a problem if you look over and the person driving is holding their speakerphone.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I see somebody holding their phone up to their mouth, knowing they're on speaker with their hand like this, then I'm like, that person's horrible. They don't have Bluetooth in their car.
Yeah.
They're not going to be good drivers. I immediately judge.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, I've got a little clip from the big boat race demolition.
Oh my gosh,
mayhem!
Yeah. This is teaser. By the way, this is a teaser. And then for the full thing, you have to watch Country-ish in 2 weeks.
Not edited, not polished. Just is what we saw. So you guys want to see that?
I just want to see so I see an example.
All right. Here we go. From the
This guy's way in the lead. Look over here. Oh, no. Look at that boat. I mean, one of them boats flies up over here, over the fence. They got a mess in turn 4. Oh. Well, this guy's out over here.
Yeah.
Dude.
How crazy.
I wanted to watch the whole time that was on. I was like, I wish I could just watch an hour of this.
Yeah.
Like I don't even need jump cuts with the cameras. I just want to see from that point of view. I have so many. One, it's exactly like the movie Idiocracy. You're doing the monster truck and the guy's chained right in the car. It's the same. It's the same exact thing.
Yeah.
The color there was a light blue color of one of those cars was really cool. It was like very
right. That's exactly right. What?
Yeah.
WTF 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, so me and Alan, we'd never been to this before.
Yeah.
And we were like, where's the destruction? Because at this point, before this boat race, there wasn't a lot of destruction. And it was called Tour of Destruction. We kept thinking,
where's the destruction?
And they kept saying, like, the boat race is coming up. We're like, well, that can't be any good. I want the derby. I want the demolition. When is this happening? And the people around us go, oh, no. The boat race. Trust me, the boat race, you're going to want to get the boat race. That's the most destructive thing. And I'm like, who thought of this?
I would go almost every weekend I could. How would you not?
No. Well, unfortunately, that show tours around the country, so it won't be here in Hickory every Saturday. Otherwise, I would be there just about every Saturday.
I said we start our own boat league. Well, it's Michigan, so it'll be a trailer with snowmobiles on top.
Oh, yeah, you can just.
But it's Michigan, also everyone has boats. But just to change it up a little, so then snowmobiles come flying off.
Yeah,
and go into the lucky fan.
Did you see the RV get smashed up?
Just ran right into it. Yellow minivan that was trying to bump.
Yeah,
that was some soccer mom aggression.
And she was a female. We interviewed her.
Really?
Yes, 100%. We talked to her before the show, right, Alan?
Yeah. The name of her minivan was the Pain Train.
Yeah,
which I thought was awesome.
Her and her husband race. They both have different vehicles, and they do this. They bring their cars and they race. And
I have so many. Here's what you got to ask if you're interviewing anybody next week. Here's questions on your Country-ish podcast that I want to answer. You don't have to tell me. Do they have to break when their cars get smashed? Do they have to tow it off themselves, put that up on the trailer, and then take that home, or does the racetrack take care of their trash stuff?
Yeah.
That's a big question I want to hear on your country. Answer that for me on your Country-ish.
Okay. I will.
What do you do with the stuff that when your boat is totally smashed or the guy's camper?
Right.
Are you responsible for taking that? Or is it just like red Solo cups just on the floor after a party?
We got out there pretty quick. One of the guys who was what do you call himself? Speedway official or something. Was this old, I mean, a classic good old boy, country dude, right? With the mullet. And, he has a really thick accent. But once I kind of befriended him, he was all about trying to help me out, which I love. I love these kind of people. And so when we were done, he's like, John, you want to get out of here? All right, I got 2 cops. I'll get these 2 cops down here. We'll get you through this traffic. We'll get all these people. So like, as I was leaving, these people were moving, and this guy was like, move. Like, it kind of made me look like a prima donna a little bit. I was like, dude, calm down a little bit. Like, I don't want people to hate me, He was, it's like Uncle Jesse. He was like Uncle Jesse. It was a good time. I can't wait for us to, Alan's got, unfortunately, a lot of editing to do on that thing, because there was a lot of good moments, dude. I don't know how you're going to edit this thing.
I have like 3+ hours of nonstop carnage.
Is that counting the footage that I sent in the Dropbox?
Yeah. I got all that.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's almost like easy. You just jump cut it and just show and put good music below it, and you're done.
Yeah.
I mean, part of the fun of this is
I didn't tell you this.
People. Yeah.
John, I did not tell you this when we were at the thing the other night. But do you remember, like, in one of the earlier races, there was a pretty bad wreck at one point. Like, a car got completely side smashed and up against the rail. And of course, everybody in the crowd around us is all like, cheering. The couple in front of us, that was like their family member, and they were all like freaking out, and everybody's all cheering around him. And I'm just like, okay, everybody, we need to cool it down a little bit. And
I didn't know that.
He was fine, but it was
well, they stopped one of the races, and the ambulance came out there.
That was the one.
That's what that was.
Yeah. So those two were like kind of freaking out about that. Yeah.
So that happened, and there was a fight that we didn't necessarily see, but cops had to come running out there into the infield because these 2 guys started fighting over something. Dude, it's fantastic.
Dude, because we know.
What's the guy's saltwater something? One of the drivers.
Saltwater Cowboy.
Saltwater Cowboy.
Yeah, that
was one of the guys. It was awesome, dude.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Well, listen, if it's got or tires, it's gonna be thing. Yeah. Let's do this, dude. Because I am starving and I have to pee.
Well, let's wrap it up, dude.
I'm gonna switch it up. I like this one. What's our ending song? I don't know. What's our rock? There we go.
Bam.
Everybody. Have a bye. I was going to do a big outro, but this weekend, me, John Heffron, Laugh Boston. If you know anybody in Boston, we plugged our Hickory and Ann Arbor dates. Go check those out. aacomedy.com. If you're in Michigan and want to see me and John, if you're in Hickory, that's going to be a fun night. That's going to be a fun Monday night, and then Tuesday. That's going to be big. Those are all the dates. We have more coming this fall. Excited. World's coming back online. Man boobs and guts to lose. Teeth to be whitened now that people can see your face. I'm excited. Hope you guys have a wonderful week until me and John talk to you again. John talks to you a lot on the Country-ish podcast. Always putting up videos and what.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help John Heffron up his clout game. Go follow him on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Comedian John Heffron. Yeah, I don't know how to get the clout. It's the posting thing. I just don't ever want to look at my phone right now. So I'm having a wonderful life. I just don't. I'm like, I'm doing yard work. I don't feel I need the Instagram story this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I got to figure it out. I got to figure out content.
I've made it a whole routine. I'll tell you my routine. I got a whole routine.
We'll talk. Let's talk clout. But for right now, I want everybody to have a wonderful, safe week. I know we need a good ending, John. You know, we want to sing a phrase, kind of like "Good morning, good die."
Right. Should we do a Cher song? I mean, should we end with a 1980s Cher song?
I can't pull it up quick enough. That's what you do. Everybody, that was us. You are. Oh, wait. That was us. You are you. What if we end like that? Is that kind of a cool?
That was us. You are
Are
you.
you.
We are one.
Yeah.
Heffron
That is us.
Reep show. No, that was us. You are you. We are one. Heffron and Reep show.
Lock it in and rip the knob off. You're tuned in to the number one show on the planet. The Heffron and Reep Show.
Since you love the Heffron and Reep show, please go to iTunes and let them know. Rank the show and leave a comment. We don't care what you write, you know. They, Heffron and Reep, have low self-esteem. So please validate them by ranking them and making them seen. So no matter